welcome back to Film Brew, an in-depth conversation about our favorite Hollywood movies and TV shows. My name is Kevin Lyons.
I'm Daniel de Sangre.
Here's Jose Ramos.
And Mike Candelet.
And we are Too High Mcfly. Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 3 just aired, and holy shit, what a fucking episode, right guys?
It was a mindfuck, dude.
It was a mindfuck. It's been my favorite episode so far this season. Jose, what do you think?
Wow. that's all I can say.
Wow. Mike, what do you think about this episode?
Best episode of the season so far.
Absolutely best episode so far. And you know what? One of the best openings. Not better than Arya than poisoning everybody in episode 1. But this episode we got Jon Snow, Daenerys meeting together for the first time, and holy fuck, what a really awesome fucking scene! There was so much tension. It kept on building up on each other because this is the first time these characters are introduced to each other. Jose, what do you think about this scene?
I mean, we've been waiting for this for so long. People like Jon Snow, people like Daenerys, and we finally get them in one.
Yeah.
And it was all worth it. And just the building up, it reminded me of, you ever had that game when you try to choose who goes first with a bat, and you're just like,
yeah.
That's exactly what I thought the whole thing. Like, who's gonna be on top?
Who's gonna be on top? Dan, what'd you think about this scene?
Dude, it was just great acting, man. We've been waiting for like 7-8 years to see this.
Yes.
And, like, I love it how we have Daenerys, we have Tyrion just start going to blows. It seems like Jon's against the ropes. They come back with him and Sir Davos, man. It was great.
Yeah, Mike?
No, like Dan said, it's 7 years of building to this meetup. Everyone's waiting for these two to come together. I mean, it's a song of fire and ice. We had Daenerys, who was born from fire. We got Jon Snow from the north. Like, this is what the entire series has been building up to at this point in time.
Absolutely. And they're meeting together. It always ended. It felt like they were one-upping each other, but it wasn't in a bad way. It almost felt like they were testing each other like a game of poker.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? They kept on anteing up. But at the end, you just love both characters so much because you see both their sides. And so that's what I love most about this scene. And I can't wait to see what's gonna happen after this. So what was next? What happened after Dragonstone?
That was King's Landing with Euron leading Yara and the two Dornish women down to Cersei.
Man, that was so cool to see. Cersei is an evil bitch, but at the same time, it's great to see her get revenge over them killing her daughter. Jose, how'd you feel about that?
Well, I gotta say, it's like, all right, so Cersei is the villain. You know, I don't like her. You're not supposed to like her, but it's just poetic justice, man. Like, this is one of those times where you can't blame her for what we just
because everybody's fucked up. Yeah. And it's great to see all the fucked up revenge come back to all the fucked up people. And it's just like, it doesn't matter what side you're rooting for. Everybody has a revenge story that you want to see happen. Dan, how'd you feel about this?
I personally like Cersei. I mean, she's a badass character, man. She's a Darth Vader of the Game of Thrones. She's in the black and gray. I liked it.
Man, she should have her own Imperial March music.
You imagine it playing as she's walking down with a mountain behind her, dude.
Shame.
Yeah, shame.
And I love her little fucking bodyguard sidekick, the mountain guy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, she basically just got Jason Voorhees to be her bodyguard.
Zombie Jason Voorhees.
Zombie Jason Voorhees to be her bodyguard. Even though they didn't use in this episode, I thought he was going to be basically torturing the Dorne women, but it was almost like just Cersei's words herself were torturous enough without anything actually happening.
She had to do it herself. That was the difference.
That's what was so cool about this. But like she just she just poisoned her daughter. You didn't see her daughter tortured yet. So it's really interesting to see how that's going to play out in future episodes. So what happened after this? Oh wait, Mike, do you have anything to say about this?
I just want to go back to the beginning of that scene with Euron. Euron, like, he's this sadistic character. You can't help but like him.
Yes.
Like, the way that he goes through, the way he presented them in front of Cersei, and then the way he was talking to Jaime at the end of it, like, he's supposed to be this despicable character, but you're like, God damn, that guy's charismatic.
It's hard to get the last word in with this guy. This guy always has a one-up right after you say something. You couldn't put this guy down. This guy's already got 10 fucking comebacks for whatever you're gonna say.
I feel like he needs the drums in the background.
Where's Theon? Where's Theon?
Then the Jaime thing is like, so can you tell me? I need some advice. Is she like soft? Is she like rough? Maybe a finger in the bum.
Finger in the bum.
Finger in the bum.
This entire episode was a finger in the bum
Finger in
for
the
us.
bum.
Finger in the bum. Finger in the bum. So after we got the fingers in our bums, what happened next? What happened after the scene?
That took a little bit of a while.
I think it was back to the. It was to the brooding. Jon Snow and Tyrion.
Back to Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Tyrion and Jon Snow together, I just realized, are my favorite pair to see on camera.
They're a buddy comedy. They're a buddy comedy right there.
So good, man.
Yeah.
Because you like both the characters. I love the intelligence of Tyrion, and I love the integrity of Jon Snow. And when both of them come together, it's just like, that's what I want to see. I want to see Tyrion as the hand to fucking Jon Snow, and just seeing what they could do fucking together.
And we haven't seen them together since season 1.
That's right. That's what I love about this show. There's so many characters that were introduced in the first season, all of a sudden they just disperse. And we don't hear shit from them to each other.
Man.
And then finally they're all coming back, and right now it's just like when it's starting to get all stirred up and you're like, holy shit, all this backstory that I've been watching for the past episodes, they're all fucking coming together. It's fucking fantastic. I love Tyrion
like a high school
and Jon
reunion,
Snow. That's
bro.
right.
It's a high school reunion.
And that's what I feel like. That's one of the main components of this episode is you had a lot of first-time encounters, and also encounters that hadn't happened for a long time.
Yeah.
So it felt so fresh because of all of the encounters.
Well, now that we're talking about that, Cersei had a little bit re-encounter this episode. Not Cersei, Sansa. Sansa's fucking name. Sansa and her little brother Bran. Those two coming together and laying some fucking truth on fucking Sansa.
It was like Cyborg Bran.
Yeah, he did.
I would, yes, okay, yes, I have a dream, yes.
I am the Raven. I am the Raven. I saw the night that you got raped, and then she was just like, all right, I'm out of here. And like, it was kind of cool.
She's like, you were watching?
The look in her face when she was walking away.
Yeah.
It was just like,
he knows.
That was creepy.
She's like, that
was some creepy stuff. That was some creepy stuff. So, what else about this episode that we can talk about? I mean, like, not a lot of shit happened, but all the great build-up had its payoff.
We got a big one.
Yeah,
the Lady Tyrell taking the poison.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Lady Tyrell, she first of all, hey, here's to Lady Tyrell.
R.I.P.
Thank you so much for giving us so many great moments in Game of Thrones. Here's
Olenna was fantastic.
Oh. Even at the end, in death, she just gave one of these.
Yeah.
Boom!
She had a mic drop. Mic drop, but you know what? Because Jaime was so like, listen, I'm gonna be civil in killing you. Here's some poison. He gives it to her. And then when she revealed that she killed his son, I thought that he was gonna take the sword off and fucking behead her right there.
He looked at her and looked her right in the eyes and said, I killed your kid. Do something.
But that also has to do with the character of
something.
Jaime. You would figure that he would just be brutal, but that he held that in and he just let her die with dignity. And so that says a lot about this character because like he's been an asshole in the first like couple of seasons and then he kind of redeems himself. It's just like, this guy's so weird, I don't know what to make of him because he's so fucked up, but I still want to like him.
Well, I mean, it goes to the point where, like, Jaime's been brainwashed by Cersei so much.
Yeah.
Cersei made him believe that Tyrion killed her son.
That's right.
Like, and this is the point where he's like, wait, it wasn't Tyrion. Like, my brother was innocent, and everything that happened after that point is not his fault.
So where do you guys feel that the relationship between Jaime and Cersei are gonna fall now? I mean, we got a little bit of that when she went to go kiss him, right? And he was just like, no?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like he's a little bit on the edge, but I feel he's so like, he's got her on the pedestal.
He does, but do you think that this
He's
is
got
starting
one
to,
on the
but do you
pedestal.
think that scene is gonna break down that pedestal? Do you think that?
I feel it'll come up, but I don't think it'll be enough yet.
Not yet, but it will. It's coming. Dan, what do you think?
I think it's gonna be bros before hoes, man. He's gonna think his brother in this. It's a matter of time.
That's right. That's right. Aw, man, it was just so fun watching this episode.
This is what I feel. It's something that like it's a little bit under the surface. But we got to think like so. Tyrion is, you will all agree, probably the most intelligent person within this world going forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now we have where Jaime, who's in charge of command and all that stuff, is outsmarting Tyrion.
Oh,
this is 2 episodes in a row,
dude,
where they're going through. Because like Jaime knew.
Drink it.
Jaime was like, and he even explained to him, he was like, you know, they're gonna go to Castle Rock. We won't be there. We're gonna go over here. So like while Euron is in charge of the sea and all of that stuff, like I feel the stuff that happened in this episode, that's on Jaime.
I believe like I what you're saying just making resonance right now because there were shots in this episode where they showed him taking off his hand. And so that was like, he used to be this big strength brute, like, but now his hand is coming off and he's starting to play the intelligent game. And I felt like that was symbolic when you just saw him taking his hand off and like all that shit. Dude, good fucking, what you're noticing is triggering what I noticed but then forgot about.
You get a gold star, sir.
There you go, gold star.
I just want to counteract that. Like, this is the first time that since Battle at Blackwater, that we've seen Tyrion trying to do military strategy.
Yeah.
He's not the strategy guy.
No.
That's
Jaime's
bread
not
and
military strategy,
not military
but he's the strategy.
But that's
otherwise.
Jaime's bread and butter. And now we're seeing Jaime not being the fighter, but being the commander.
He's
We
evolving.
haven't seen him be the commander yet. We've just heard all of his like, oh, he has this immense prowess on the battlefield, and people have wanted to watch him, and they loved watching him in jousts. And
very similar to Thor in the first Thor movie. Remember how he was such like a badass?
Yeah.
Like all he cared about was killing bad guys. All of a sudden he had that power taken away from him, and then he started thinking like a true king and ruler.
Yeah.
So it's almost like his hand getting cut off is almost better for his character.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so now we're seeing this turn, because I mean, I know me personally, when Tyrion first laid on that plan, in there where you got all these strong females in there laying down their authority and stuff, and then he comes in, he lays down the plan, and I was just like, that's a good plan. Here we go. And then now we're seeing like, all right, Jaime is way more than we give him credit for.
Oh, absolutely.
We're getting that picture of Jaime on the military sense.
Absolutely. So guys, we've been talking for a long time. Are there any other big parts of this episode that we forgot to talk about? What are some big moments that we forgot? Because this episode was so good.
The one thing that I'm thinking of right now is when it was Varys and Melisandre. And the last thing that Melisandre said to him is, I will die in this strange land, and so will you.
Oh, yeah, that felt like the first time something was said to him that he was actually shaken at the core.
Yes.
That was like, it almost felt like somebody said something to him that he didn't even think about. And he was just like, holy shit, I gotta step up my game.
Yeah.
So, Jose, what do you want to take that from there?
Oh man, well, I had two. One really quick one. It was just the fact that like I feel they're hyping the dragon so much that we're gonna lose a dragon.
I think we're gonna lose 2 dragons. You said 1.
It's an ice dragon. I think 1.
And I think one of them is gonna become an ice dragon. What do you think?
I think if I can name drop, Viserys is gonna die. I think that's the only dragon that's gonna die.
Yeah. The main thing I feel like we kind of overlook, because it wasn't a major thing in there, is, as much as I don't like him, I gotta give props to Littlefinger. He had his Batman moment with that speech. It's like, always look at every scenario, be prepared, always expect the worst, never be confused.
Oh, and especially with that,
get him his cowl.
With that, when Jon Snow was meeting Daenerys for the first time, sorry to go back to the first scene, his hype man, Jon Snow's hype man. What was his name? Dude, he was just like, this is the king of the North, motherfucker. He's gonna do shit you ain't never seen.
They even had to hold him back and like, yo, ease up a little.
You ever been stabbed in the heart? Because he's been stabbed in the heart.
How do you like my boy now, motherfucker?
Mind your business.
You like apples? You like apples?
Applesauce.
Applesauce. So anyway, guys, is there anything else about this episode that you guys want to talk about?
No, I can't wait till the next one.
Yeah, what do you think is gonna happen in the next episode?
I want to see where Arya's going. We
did
not see Arya in this episode. I want to know if that thing with Nymeria, if she's still going to go north. I think she's going to go south to King's Landing, personally. But I want to see.
Dan, what do you think is going to happen next episode?
I want to see more of the Hound, man. But I want to see Jon Snow and Daenerys. It seems like they're kind of splitting off a little bit. But I want to see more of that dynamic. Cool. I'm pretty excited.
Jose, what do you think is going to happen next episode?
I feel after the 2 losses that she's had in 2 episodes, I feel Daenerys goes even more offensive against Cersei in the next episode. I think she has enough.
For me, I think that we're going to see a little bit more of the torture that Cersei is putting on the Dorne women. And I also think that we may get a little bit more of the Three-Eyed Raven. I think we're going to get a little bit more into that. And I think Sansa and Arya are going to be a really big part of next episode. Just for what they build up from this episode, it feels like, all right, now that they're talking about them a little bit more, they left a little bit more mystery to them. I think next episode is going to focus a little bit more on them.
What do you think happens with Euron's niece?
Euron's niece.
Because we saw her being walked through, but we didn't see much else beyond that.
Yara.
Yara. I think he's going to end up having his men rape her. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be gruesome.
That would be horrible.
I think it's gonna be the worst. I think whatever torture is in place for us to view is gonna be absolutely horrible that we haven't seen before. But I also think that there's gonna be a chance for escape, and I think that the mom is gonna get the most of it. What do you think?
The mom of what?
I don't know. These characters, all their names.
The Oberons.
Yes.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that Bran was gonna save him, but then we saw Bran at the end in the army. Like
Bran doesn't care.
I think they're dead. I think they're dead.
I really hope the niece escapes.
But either way, we don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll find out.
Why don't you guys comment below and tell us what you think is gonna happen next episode. Don't forget to click like, comment, subscribe, and you know what, guys? Stick around for more content. We're gonna have a lot more content for you guys. My name is Kevin Lyons.
Daniel de Sangre.
Jose Ramos.
Mike Candelet.
And we are Too High Mcfly.
Cheers.
We'll see you guys next week on Film Brew.
Film Brew.